Air India. Let's just say they don't have the best of reputations. Here are some actual responses from friends of mine when I told them my travel plans. Mind you, several of them are from India. Oh God! Why would you do that? Have you lost your mind? Are you crazy? Seriously? Are you sure there is no other way? Sadly, other than a 14-hour layover in Kabul, there was no other award ticket available from Istanbul to Calcutta. So I resigned myself to my fate.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So here's a review of Air India's A320 in economy from Dubai to Calcutta. And yeah, spoilers, it wasn't that great. But what really made it special was the person next to me and what happened when I arrived in India. So if you're ready for the review, buckle up. Let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna be saying Calcutta in this review. Tough, that's the name I learned. This isn't some colonial oppression here. I call this country the Czech Republic, Washington National Airport is called just that, and this tower in Chicago is the Sears Tower. It may be spelled W-I-L-L-I-S, but it's pronounced Sears. Call me old school, I guess. After an action-packed 11-hour layover in Dubai, I arrived at Terminal 1 and picked up my backpack I'd left at left luggage. Like in Europe, the check-in desk wasn't even open yet, and it didn't open until 3 hours prior to departure. The gentleman checking me in was very friendly, though showing him my India visa and the corresponding bureaucracy took some time. I had checked my suitcase all the way from Istanbul to Dubai to Calcutta, but he asked me if I was checking any bags. Apparently, there was no bag associated with my reservation. I thought you guys had it. I showed him my Turkish baggage tag, whereupon he said, "Oh, it's Turkish. Are they part of Star Alliance?" Finally, he said he manually linked my existing baggage with my Air India ticket, though to stop by at the boarding desk to make sure my bag was actually loaded onto the plane. Sounds like we're off to a great start. Additionally, while I'd been able to select seats on all of my flights on this United award ticket, I couldn't on Air India. Like many airlines, they have paid seat selection, but often award tickets are exempt. Not in this case. In fact, I couldn't even do so for money. However, the friendly gentleman at check-in was able to give me a window seat. After security, I made my way to a lounge. There's multiple Priority Pass lounges in Dubai, but the best in Terminal 1 is the Ahlan Lounge. It was large and spacious. I'd been planning to take a shower after schlepping around in the Dubai heat all day, but there was only one and it was in use. There was no scheduling a time slot, and you just have to camp out there. No thanks. Besides the booze at the bar, there was quite a decent spread of food. The aloo gobi I had was really flavorful, and the Mongolian beef was quite spicy. Additionally, there was paid a la carte items that looked quite decent. After spending my last dirhams, I made my way to the gate. I noticed several Indian families were all eating before boarding. Perhaps that was a warning of what was to come. As instructed, I checked with the gate staff, and they showed me a confirmation screen that my bag was indeed loaded on the plane. Good, as I needed my packed suit in less than 16 hours. Boarding commenced 40 minutes prior to departure. There were no zones, just everybody go.
Nobody waits, everybody go!
One rule that I believe is a Dubai rule rather than just Air India is that all carry-on baggage combined, including purchased duty-free items, must be under 8 kilograms. But I knew I would be over. Hell, the 2 boxes of dates I just purchased were 1 kilogram on their own. Anything that looked over, they weighed. But I had a plan.
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
At the last minute before the scale, I nonchalantly and effortlessly slung my overstuffed backpack over my shoulder, and they motioned that I should just walk on by.
Nice.
The crew was at the door to greet us. Business class was a set of recliners in a 2-2 configuration that didn't look that great, especially compared to what I'd experienced later on Sri Lankan. My first observation was that the carpet by my feet was really dirty. I was worried about the legroom, but it was actually more than what I was expecting. Seat Guru says 31 to 32 inches. It's helped by the fact that there's no pocket for personal items. There's only a tray, which was at least clean. As the aircraft refueled, they asked that all cell phones be turned off. Yeah, right, nobody did that. Especially the guy next to me. I need to digress here. I've had a host of many different folks in the seat next to me over the years. Small child who pokes and crawls on me? Yep. Person of size overflowing? Indeed. But this guy, I think, was the worst. Right after they'd asked folks to turn off their phones, he started loudly voice recording messages and sending them over WhatsApp. Do people actually do that? Next, he started with the selfies. I'm not sure how to look cool while sitting in this economy seat. His attempt involved holding his phone out as far as he could while leaning back. Into me. We'll leave this aspiring Instagram model where he is now, but fear not, he'll be back. The other person in my row was a woman with a lap infant. Except for takeoff and landing, he wasn't in the lap. He was standing up between his mom's legs, not being held onto. Honestly, I never really looked into the procedures for lap infants, but I assume they should be restrained by a seatbelt extender, or at least be held onto. But the flight crew never said anything, so I don't know. Flying time was 3 hours and 41 minutes at 37,000 feet. After takeoff, the flight crew asked us to please leave the washroom as we'd like to find it. Great, I think I won't explore that. There's no entertainment or Wi-Fi at all on the aircraft. Drink service began a full hour into the flight. We were given a very poofy bag of peanuts, and I noticed a giant bottle of Teacher's whiskey that proved quite popular. As for beer, they only had Heineken. I'm no expert on Indian beers, but no Taj Mahal? Kingfisher? Why Heineken? When receiving his drink, my seatmate, already half into my seat, splashed beer on me. Did he apologize or even acknowledge it? Although I believe Air India exclusively serves vegetarian meals on domestic flights, on this flight there was only a choice of chicken or fish. I went with the chicken. And yes, while the saag chicken looks like chyme, it actually wasn't terrible. Good? No, just not terrible. The rice was alright, while the curry potatoes were simply bad. The rice pudding thingy with noodles, pistachios, and almonds was actually alright. As we approached Calcutta Airport, let me return to my seatmate. I like flying. I like to film flying. Great! It's great if you do too. But in order to record out the window, I select a window seat. But let's not let technicalities like that get in the way. Perhaps inspired by my filming, during multiple points in the flight, he'd reach over across me with his phone to film out the window. My window! Can you believe this? I really didn't want to make a scene or anything, but a part of me really wanted to.
Dear. Ow! Ah! Fuck out the way! Give me some room! Go, man!
We landed in Calcutta at 1:40 a.m. and deplaned to an awaiting bus. Also on the bus, personal space appeared to be a completely foreign concept. I got my real welcome to India at immigration. I joined the foreigner line and thought I'd be fine with my visa. After queuing, I was told that I needed a departure card. What? I was chastised that I should have filled one out already, and then it was handed out on the flight. No it wasn't. Nobody in our line had seen it. Sighing with the realization he'd actually have to do some work, the gentleman provided us with the cards, which I filled out. I presented all of my documents to the official. He asked for my arrival card. What? Repeat the above. All of this I would have ultimately been okay with. But as I was getting my fingerprints done, another agent was berating an elderly Thai woman to look at the camera. She didn't understand the English he was yelling. Frustrated, he turned to me and ordered, "Tell her to look at the camera, now!" Okay, so now they think I'm Thai. Let me add that to the list of places. I smiled at the woman, pointed at her, and pointed at the camera. She nodded and looked. See, that wasn't too hard. though I guess kindness and compassion don't jive well with the aura of petty machismo authority they were going for. Receiving my bag around 2:10 a.m., I met my driver who picked me up. India is, well, a lot. But I had a wonderful time at the wedding and the little of Calcutta that I saw. So, Air India. Did I die? No. Did I enjoy the flight? Also no. I got from point A to point B, the crew was fine and the food was edible, if not very palatable, and didn't give me food poisoning. Normally I like to evaluate national airlines on how well they represent the country in question. And with the stain on the carpet and over-enthusiastic neighbor, I feel like Air India did only too well. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit that button and subscribe for many more flight reviews to come. I'll see you on the next one.